Welcome in the third video of the poem 2.6 Money. In earlier video, we have discussed detailed explanation of this stanza from this poem. We have 5 stanzas, and just to revise the previous knowledge, we will discuss in short what we have studied in the last video. Here in this poem, Money, William Davis, he has told us how in our life friends are more important than money. When poet has money with him, at that time he has a number of friends. But when he lost his money, when he didn't have money with him, at that time he had only few friends. But those few friends are true friends in the life of the poet. And from this explanation, poet want to tell us that money is not important in our life, but true friends are always important in our life. Maybe those true friends are very few in our life. And for this purpose, now here students, poet has used various figures of speech in this poem to explain how money is not important or how friends are important in our life. And figures of speech used by the poet in this particular poem are repetition, inversion, antithesis, simile, and last one, onomatopoeia. Now we will discuss one by one these figures of speech and how William Davis has used these figures of speech in this particular poem. Now come to the poem on page number 122. First figure of speech used by the poet is a repetition. Now before studying example of a figure of speech repetition from the poem, it is important to know what is meant by repetition. Now repetition is a figure of speech where one particular line is repeated in the poem or words are repeated in that particular line or in that particular stanza. That figure of speech is called as a repetition. Now here William Davis has used repetition figure of speech in the first stanza of the poem, first line. I am going to read the line, when I had money, money, oh. Now in this particular line, money, this word is repeated to give the poetic quality, and that's why when I had money, money, oh, here poet used repetition because money, this particular word is repeated in this poem. Then next figure of one more example of repetition, last stanza of the poem, that is when I had money, money, oh. Here also we have example of repetition, same example, same line, and money, this particular word is repeated by the poet. Then next figure of speech is inversion. Now what is mean by inversion? See, in English we have subject plus verb plus object, this particular structure. But here to give poetic quality, poet changes the sequence of words, and that figure of speech is called as inversion. In Marathi जेव्हा शब्दांचा क्रम बदलला जातो काव्यात्मक स्वरूप देण्यासाठी, तेव्हा त्या ओळीमध्ये इन्वर्जन हा फिगर ऑफ स्पीच वापरला जातो. हियर एक्झाम्पल फ्रॉम द पोएम, second stanza, first line, then felt I like a child that holds. Now in this particular line, poet changes the sequence of words, and so correct sequence like this, I felt like a child, but instead of using this particular structure, I felt like a child, poet uses felt I like a child. Okay, so this is how we have inversion. One more example of inversion. See, third stanza, first line. much have I thought of life and seen. Here, in this particular example, we have use of inversion. What will be the proper sequence of words? I have thought much of life. This will be proper sequence of the words. But poet said, much have I thought of life. Okay, so this is how here we have the example of inversion. Then next figure of speech is antithesis. Antithesis means what? When two opposite ideas are explained in the same line. For example, opposite ideas means what? Day, night. These are two opposite ideas, two opposite words. And if these two opposite words are explained by the poet in the same line, then that can be antithesis. दोन विरुद्ध संकल्पना एकाच ओळीमध्ये जर कवीने वापरल्या तर त्याला अँटिथेसिस फिगर ऑफ स्पीच म्हणतात. नाउ फ्रॉम द पोएम एक्झाम्पल ऑफ अँटिथेसिस. फर्स्ट स्टँजा, थर्ड लाइन. For many a false man as a friend. Once again, first stanza, third line. For many a false man as a friend. And here, how antithesis figure of speech is used, I will explain you. See, poet said, a false man as a friend. Now, students, friends, how it is possible a false man can be a friend or a friend can be having a false personality? No. And so, friends must be loyal, honest. But here poet said, false men are like or as a friend in his life. And so here we have controversy. Here we have two opposite ideas. की कवी म्हणतायत की हे जे फॉल्स मॅन आहेत, हे जे खोटारडी माणसं आहेत, हे त्यांचे मित्र आहेत. परंतु जे मित्र असतात ते खोटे असू शकत नाहीत. मित्रांची क्वालिटी, कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स काय आहेत? ते ऑनेस्ट असतील, लॉयल असतील. मात्र या ठिकाणी कवीने फॉल्स मॅन म्हटलंय आणि त्यांना फ्रेंड म्हटलेलं आहे. दॅट्स व्हाय हियर वी हॅव अँटिथेसिस फिगर ऑफ स्पीच. देन वन मोर एक्झाम्पल ऑफ अँटिथेसिस. फोर्थ स्टांजा, first two lines. Another example of antithesis, fourth stanza, first two lines. So when I hear these poor ones laugh and see the rich ones coldly frown. Now here poet has described us the way poor people laugh and the way rich people laugh. Now when poor people laugh, they laugh very freely. ओके, ज्यावेळेस हे गरीब लोक हसतात ते अगदी मोकळेपणाने हसतात. त्यांच्या हसण्यामध्ये मोकळेपणा असतो. बट वेन रिच पीपल लाफ दे कोल्डली फ्रॉन. मात्र हे मनमोकळेपणाने श्रीमंत लोक हसत नाहीत. आणि म्हणून हसणंच आहे, परंतु एक मोकळेपणाने हसणं आहे गरीब लोकांचं आणि श्रीमंत लोकांचं, की ते हेजिटेटिंगली, नर्वसली ते काय करत असतात? हसत असतात. सो हियर वी हॅव अँटिथेसिस. In the same line we have another example of same figure of speech, that is antithesis. See, poor. Poor means garib. Rich. Rich म्हणजे श्रीमंत. Poor, garib. Again these two opposite ideas, opposite words are explained in the same line, and that's why here also we have antithesis figure of speech. Then in the same stanza, in the fourth stanza, next two lines, याच स्टांजा मधल्या, चौथ्या स्टांजा मधल्या पुढच्या दोन ओळी. Poor men think I need not go up so much as rich men should come down. What poet said? If you have to experience how poor people are living happy life, here poet told us poor must not be go up. हे जे गरीब लोकांचा आनंद आहे ते कसा अनुभवतात याविषयी कवी म्हणतात की गरीब जे आहेत त्या गरिबांनी श्रीमंत होऊ नये. दे डोंट गो अप. वरती जाऊ नये म्हणजे ते श्रीमंत होऊ नये. त्यांना जर ते अनुभवायचं असेल तर त्यांनी गरीबच राहावं. अँड इफ रिच पीपल हॅज टू एक्सपिरियन्स द ट्रू हॅपीनेस, देन दे मस्ट बिकम पुअर. दे मस्ट कम डाऊन. आणि श्रीमंतांना जर खरं आनंद अनुभवायचा असेल तर त्यांनी गरीब व्हावं. गरिबांनी श्रीमंत होऊ नये. And so here also we have antithesis figure of speech because need not go up वरती and should come down means खाली. हे दोन विरुद्ध संकल्पना आहेत and that's why here we have antithesis figure of speech. Then next figure of speech used by the poet is simile. Now what is mean by simile? Simile means direct comparison between two objects. दोन ऑब्जेक्ट मध्ये केलेली प्रत्यक्ष तुलना. And how to identify simile of figure of speech? Very easy to understand, identify simile figure of speech because a line where like or as these words are used, then definitely in that particular line there should be simile figure of speech. जर त्या ओळीमध्ये like किंवा as हे शब्द वापरले असतील तर त्या ओळीमध्ये simile हा figure of speech वापरलेला असतो. Here from the poem we have example second stanza first line. Okay, example of simile second stanza first line. Then felt I like a child that holds. Here in this stanza, in this line, poet compared the situation of himself, the condition of himself with the condition of a child who is having a trumpet in his hand. कवी स्वतःची तुलना गरीब लोकांची तुलना श्रीमंत लोकांची तुलना त्या मुलाबरोबर करतायत की ज्या मुलाच्या हातामध्ये काय आहे ट्रम्पेट. He has that child has given trumpet but he was not allowed to play the trumpet because someone was died in that particular place. And so here poet used simile figure of speech because poet compared himself with a child. Then another example of a simile we have third stanza third line. And how their wives do hum like bees. Third stanza third line. And how their wives do hum like bees. Here poet compared the wives of poor men with honeybees. And so here poet used like this word to compare poor people's wives with honeybees. And so here we have simile figure of speech. And friends, last figure of speech used by the poet in this poem is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia means a figure of speech where words which indicate a kind of sound are used by the poet. That figure of speech is called as onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia म्हणजे की ज्या शब्दांमधनं आपल्याला आवाज कळतो अशा त्या ओळीमध्ये जर ते शब्द वापरले असतील तर त्याला onomatopoeia असं फिगर ऑफ स्पीच म्हणतात. फॉर एक्झाम्पल इन मराठी उदाहरणार्थ मराठीमध्ये खळखळाट. खळखळाट म्हटलं की आपल्याला पाणी आठवतं म्हणजे पाण्याचा खळखळाट असतो. चिवचिवाट म्हटलं की चिमण्यांचा चिवचिवाट असतो. किलबिलाट म्हटलं की पक्ष्यांचा किलबिलाट असतो. मग हे जे शब्द आहेत खळखळाट किंवा किलबिलाट चिवचिवाट हा ठराविक आवाज दर्शवितो म्हणून त्याला काय म्हटलं जातं onomatopoeic words. And here in this particular poem we have one example of this particular figure of speech, that is onomatopoeia. See third stanza third line. And how their wives do hum like bees. Here humming sound made by honeybees. Humming sound. मधमाशा ह्या अशा गुणगुणत असतात तर त्यांचा जो आवाज आहे त्याला हमिंग साऊंड म्हटलं जातं. आणि म्हणून या ओळीमध्ये कुठला फिगर ऑफ स्पीच आहे onomatopoeia. Hum or humming, this sound is used and that's why here we have onomatopoeia figure of speech. So friends, this is about figure of speech used by the poet William Davies in the poem Money. Once again, see repetition, inversion, antithesis, simile, onomatopoeia, these figures of speech used by the poet in this poem. So once again, read the poem and study these examples which we have discussed in this video minutely, carefully. You will understand in a better way these figures of speech.